Jeremy Liggett here with the Bunker Gun Club, Fight Training LLC, and the Bunker Gun and Pawn. I'm going to go over a few safety rules that you need to know while you're out enjoying your guns at the Bunker Gun Club. Number one, always point the muzzle of all firearms in a safe direction, downrange or down at the ground. All pistols and rifles must be kept at a low ready position. When preparing to fire, never pointing in the air. Always wear eye and ear protection while on a live firing range. All shooters and spectators on the firing lines and staging areas must wear ear and eye protection. Safety ear and eyewear is available from the RSO on duty. Always keep your finger off the trigger until ready to shoot. A ceasefire may be called by anyone on any range at any time for any reason. Never load or fire a firearm if there is any doubt of its ability to operate safely and reliably. Never attempt to load or fire any firearm unless they are familiar with their operation. A loaded firearm will never be left unattended. No loaded firearms are allowed on the Bunker Gun Club property other than on the firing line under a hot range condition unless they are properly holstered for open carry or properly concealed for valid concealed weapon permit holders. Only individuals with concealed weapons permits from the state of Florida or states with a bureaucracy may carry loaded concealed firearms on BGC property. All firearms must be unloaded, cased, and or action open when taken to and from the firing line, as well as sitting on the firing line, if not actively being shot. Always be sure that firearms and ammunition are compatible. Do not fire any ammunition that had to be forced into the chamber. All new members of this range will undergo a safety orientation prior to receiving their identification and gate access. All shooters will be giving a safety briefing prior to shooting. All members and guests must be sure of their target and what is behind it. All bullets will impact the berms. No ground level targets, cross-firing, or ricochets are allowed, including 5-stand and sporting clays in designated areas only. All members and guests must ensure that all bullets and shots fired on range property remain on range property. No shooting cross range. All shooting can be done from the firing line. Dry firing or aiming behind the firing line is prohibited. No shooting of large caliber rifles in the pocket berms. They are for machine guns, binary triggers, pistol calibers, and lower velocity rifle rounds. No shooting the sidewalls of the pocket berms. Offhand, sitting, and prone shooting of rifles is only allowed in the rifle area on the main range or on the long range in allocated positions assigned by the range safety officer. Firing of armor-piercing or tracer ammunition is prohibited. Armor-piercing ammunition means a projectile or projectile core which may be used in a firearm and which is constructed entirely, excluding the presence of traces of other substances of tungsten, alloys, steel, iron, brass, bronze, beryllium, copper, or a combination of tungsten alloys, steel, iron, brass, bronze, or beryllium, copper. Explosives are prohibited on the range. No bullet impacts off the range into buildings, signs, storage containers, sheds, or any other structure or range feature not a Bunker Gun Club approved impact area. No repeated misses of the target, board, or bullet strikes that ricochet, causing any danger of bullets leaving the range. No disrupted activities, such as loud music or children that are not supervised properly on our firing lines. The shooting of glass and non-approved steel or rocks is prohibited. All members and guests, firearms are to be used only on the designated targets with safe ammunition. Exercise caution not to negligently discharge guns in the direction of range property, range signs, and stationary furniture. None of these will ever be permitted downrange or used as a target. If your rounds are not going to hit solidly in a berm, do not fire. Firing in a careless manner will not be tolerated. Shoot at your target only. Do not shoot at any elevation that will allow a bullet to travel over the backstop berm. No shooting at wildlife. Hunting is prohibited on range property. As part of the range safety procedures, all safety rules will be followed. Inexperienced shooters are to advise the range safety officer if assistance is needed. When a ceasefire is called by anyone, stop all shooting immediately, place all firearms on the table, back away from the firing line, and wait for instructions from the range safety officer. I look forward to shooting with you guys on the range. Stay safe. I'll see you out there.